Hey, so one of the questions that we keep getting from our clients is how do I get AI to recommend my law firm? Right now, with law firms and with many other local businesses in the United States, AI hasn't really taken over. It's a really small percentage of people that go to ChatGPT or other AI search engines to find service providers. Usually, most people still go to Google and type in what they're searching for because they want to see the reviews, they want to see the map back. They're used to it and they trust the map back, they trust Google. But still, AI searches are growing. There are some specific things that you can do to affect those rankings so that you will show up in the AI searches. And as more and more people are going to search there, if you are the first mover among your competitors to try and get yourself listed or recommended by AI search engines, you will be much better off and you will have an advantage over your competitors. As I said, although this doesn't amount to that many searches just yet, this is still something we see grow quite fast month after month. So this is why we're also doing it for our clients as well. Let's get straight to it. If we go to ChatGPT, the best way to figure out how to get your business to be recommended is to simply do a search and play the role of someone looking for your services. You should try to guess one of the main searches that your clients could be doing if they want to find a business similar to yours. So let's say someone just searches for who is the best divorce lawyer in Seattle. And now just press enter to see what will ChatGPT recommend. And of course, this will change in time, but you just want to see who are recommended and why. So if I did this search here, then what ChatGPT is giving me is a list of different businesses and also the sources where it's getting those names from. So here you see highly rated divorce lawyers in Seattle, super lawyers, peer review selection. You have a selection of different businesses here. Then you have Justia, premium divorce lawyers. Notables include another list of names here. Here you have some other businesses here as well. So the first batch came from super lawyers, the second one from Justia, and now you just have a list of other businesses that are just recommended by ChatGPT. It also gives us a quick comparison table for the attorney names here and also notable strengths. And it's also giving us some recommendations how to choose the best fit. Do we have a specific need, or do we need child custody lawyers? Do we need like a free consultation? Who offers free consultations and so on? And now if you see that your business isn't recommended here, what I recommend you do is go to the sources here. Just press on the sources and this will show you where ChatGPT or whatever search engine you're using, but you can see where is it taking its information from. And then what you can do is you can go and open up these sites and start looking into it. Is your business already included? If not, then do whatever it takes to get your business included there as well. So if I just open up a few of these sites here. So the first one was super lawyers. So now you want to make sure that your business is also listed here. And the first ones usually are sponsored. As you can see here, super lawyers, top rated divorce lawyers in Seattle, VA, Washington. And you can see here this small note super lawyers selectees. So these guys are paying, or these girls are paying. And you can see here, she is paying. Veronica Freitas is paying for the result. And of course, you can also see her here. So her paying for being on top of super lawyers is securing her a spot on ChatGPT recommended lawyers as well. So even if you don't want to pay, it's still worth noting what's going on here. So the idea here is you just have to go to ChatGPT, ask the same question your client would be asking from it, and then reverse engineer the rankings. You can look at the sources, you can look at the citations, and then if you are not listed among one of the recommended law firms, just reverse engineer, like where is ChatGPT getting information from? It's giving you citations. Then open up those citations and make sure that you are listed there. So all the top funds on super lawyers, for example, they're all sponsored, like you can see the small icon here. So I don't know what to say about getting the top rated badge by just paying for it. Yeah, it goes against my ethical ideas, but yeah, it's a business. So what can we do with it? You just have to play by its rules if ChatGPT thinks super lawyers is so prominent and so important. Another thing is Justia. It's also giving recommendations for Justia. And also this time with Justia, it's also saying the premium divorce lawyers. So premium, again, these guys and girls, they're paying for these listings, sponsored listings, and it's getting these listings and recommendations from the paid results. So this is really important to note. And also, we take a look at these searches across different locations, across different cities, and across different industries, and then we aggregate a huge list of what does it take for you to rank in the LLMs and to make our work more efficient. But if you're just focused on your one location, you should definitely start from doing this kind of search for yourself, because this usually varies from city to city. And then you can also look at the others here as well. So the other recommendations are actual law firm sites. And what you can then do is you can just communicate or have a dialogue with the ChatGPT and ask, why didn't you include the Lino law in your results or recommendations? So let's say I own the Lino law and I didn't see myself recommended here. So you can ask, why don't you include me? Or you can say, why didn't you include the Lino law in your results or recommendations? And then it gives you some ideas here. It gives you some strengths from the Lino law. What are they doing right? And also why they weren't on the initial list. It gives you pretty good information about it. Selection sources. Many lists like super lawyers or Justia include attorneys and firms to especially evaluated through peer-reviewed or editorial processes. they paid. While the lean person super lawyers, I emphasized other names simply because they stood out more consistently across multiple listings and directories. And by standing out more consistently, exactly what it usually means is that those listings that they showed were just paid results. So ChatGPT can also see the super lawyers list, it can see Justia list, and these lists, both of those lists usually have tens and tens, usually like in the 50 or 100 in terms of how many lawyers there are there. And if you pay for your listing, you will get the top ranking there. And then ChatGPT is going to see you, if it's going to see you in the top, among the top rankers in Justia and also on super lawyers, the odds of you showing up are higher. So if this is interesting for you, I would suggest that you also play this game and also make the payment. Although right now, again, ChatGPT isn't a significant source just yet. So depending on how much it costs in your city to be listed as one of the top recommended lawyers in your city, might not be worth it. But yeah, it's up to you to decide. So again, like you can read this. This wasn't a reflection of the legal quality, but rather the diversity of visibility across platforms. So what you need to do is just go to the sources that you saw, go there, see where are you listed. And even if you're listed on Justia or Super Lawyers or other platforms that you can find, you will have a benefit if you get the premium listing. Or if you don't want to do that, you just simply can play the quantity game and just try to be listed across as many platforms as you possibly can. Because as you can see here, diversity of visibility across platforms. So the more platforms you're on, the better. But again, if your competitor is also on all of those platforms, then the ones that are listed as top recommended results will do better. So now what I did, I asked an additional question. In your recommendations, you gave some specific companies as recommendations. Why did you choose TOE and not the Linolo? And what could the Linolo do so that the next time someone does this search, you would also recommend them? And the first answer it gives me is that firms that I listed were chosen because they appeared repeatedly across multiple high authority third-party sources. So this is key. You also need to match that. You need to also appear on multiple high authority third-party sources. And the game is just whoever has the most mentions on the most high authority platforms wins the ChatGPT recommendation. And other LLM search engines operate in the same way. And also, here's why they made it into the recommendations and what the Linolo could do in the future to also appear. So here you can read. When I generated this list, the first thing, frequency of mentions across multiple directories. So ChatGPT saw those businesses in Super Lawyers, in Justia, Avo, in top rated lists. Almost all of them are paid. In top 3 divorce lawyers in Seattle lists, Yelp top search results, and sometimes on local media recommendation pages as well. So in addition to getting mentioned or getting to the top of Super Lawyers and all these aggregators, it will also benefit you if you are able to submit PR articles or guest posts to your local websites or websites that are relevant to you that could host best family law firms or best law firms in your specific area. And then you could help them do that. Sometimes you have to pay for it. It would be like a sponsored listing, but still, those sponsored listings, those sponsored articles, even if they're marked as sponsored, would help you rank and show up on these LLM search engines because they are looking for quality and quantity of signals. So you have to do both. And also, the higher the competition in your city, the more you have to do. But then again, if you do show up, people are really trusting. People do trust Google's mapback recommendations highly if it's not sponsored. And they also do trust ChatGPT a lot. So it's definitely worth doing the work to get recommended here. And this is also why we are worried about this as well. And we help our clients get recommended here as well. And also because this is so new, most businesses are still sleeping on it. They're not doing anything. So if you do make the moves, it will be easier for you to be the first one to be recommended here. And another thing is payer and industry recognition. So because I was looking for family law firms, it says that the companies listed were included in the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers. They had AML membership. So if you don't, you should also get it. And also getting payer-paced honors way heavily because they success endorsements from other legal professionals. So this is also interesting. So maybe one thing you can also do is if you have any other friendly law firms that don't really compete in the same legal services that you compete in. So maybe you're a family law firm and you have a friend or someone from your university that you know that's offering corporate law services or immigrant law services. Basically, they're not in direct competition with you. Maybe they could link to you and you could link back to them. So you're not in direct competition, but you are both endorsing one another, especially if you're in the same local area. Another thing is a high volume of positive client reviews. And how GPT is different from Google is that GPT is also not just looking at Google reviews, but also reviews on different platforms. So Avo, Google, and Yelp. So it would be beneficial for you to not just collect reviews on Google, but also on other relevant platforms as well. And also another thing is notable specializations or unique selling points, USPs. So if you have anything that's special to you, you should also mention it on your page because ChatGPT will pick it up and it will also give the user or the searcher the same recommendation that you basically gave on your own site, why you are a good business to get in touch with. And another thing, number 5 is strong media or online presence. Active blogging, media interviews, or informative resources that show expertise and help build brand recognition beyond legal directories. So this is a tactic that also works really well on ranking on Google, which is blogging on your own blog. So writing articles about your topic, answering your customers' questions, like whenever they have a question about child custody laws in your specific area or any other question they have. If you answer those questions on your blog and you also blog or write guest articles on other relevant sites, all of this will also boost your relevance and rankings on both Google and ChatGPT as well. And also now in the second section here is like why the linear law didn't get picked this time. So this gives you an aggregate number of reasons. Less multi-list visibility. So they are quite prominent on some sites, like on Google, they are the first result on the map pack, but they don't have multi-list visibility. These other firms that they recommended, they were recommended more on different lists. And the second thing is lower mention frequency in media articles. So they may have strong SEO for their own site, but fewer external news pieces, legal publications, or city-specific best of roundups. So they don't do that much guest blogging, or they don't have mentions of their business in other external third-party sites. So this is also a huge part of our strategy and has been for the last 5+ years, because high-quality backlinks, high-quality mentions in other websites, articles, a huge driver of rankings. Also, the third thing here is niche messaging. So if you are focused on one niche, family law, divorce law, you have to say that this is your niche, because the more topical expertise you highlight on your own profile, the more ChatGPT is also going to know that this business is an expert in this particular field, and it's also going to recommend you if someone is doing that kind of search. And then the third part is like specific action steps, like what the linear law could do to get recommended more often. And again, the linear law is just an example that I bring. And why I wanted to do this is that these guys are ranking number 1 in Seattle in the Google map pack, but they aren't recommended by ChatGPT. And ChatGPT gave us 7 or 8 recommendations, and they didn't include the number 1 result in Google. So that's why it's an interesting case here. And yeah, the main things here are just that I think that they would need to pay for these kinds of Superlawyers and Avo platforms, also maybe on Yelp as well. But then again, it's an ROI question. Is it worth the ROI? Right now, ChatGPT isn't really a major driver of rankings, because we check that from Google Analytics. We can see how many clients are coming from a business's Google business profile, how many clients are coming from Google organic, how many clients are coming from paid ads, and how many clients are coming from LLM search engines. Right now, this number is really low, but still, if it is important to you, why not do it? And also being listed on those platforms and being recommended, being one of the sponsored results, if you can afford it, then you're also going to get a lot of traffic from those sources as well. Although many of our clients have said that it isn't worth to pay for those platforms, that it isn't justified. But then again, there are also secondary benefits, like being listed better on Google and also on ChatGPT specific. Then again, like AML membership, by the way, if you are a member of AML, in order for ChatGPT to know that, you should list that on your site. And any other certification that you have, you should also list those on your site. You can even have a specific section on your site about certifications or recognitions or in the media, and then list all your accolades on that page, so that ChatGPT could pick it up and also recommend you for those things. Then content and PR, again, like publishing articles, publishing guest posts, publishing contributions on other platforms, then gathering reviews on different platforms. And also, if you have any specific niches, anything you're strong in, amplifying those things will also help you to get recommended more. And also, the last thing here is that GPT is asking me, if you want, I can map out exactly where competitors are listed and what the linear law could mirror. This is also something we are asking ChatGPT to do for us as well. Now with the 5.0 version, it's recommending to do this for you. You can ask to curate this list, and basically it's giving you a table why it's listing one of these firms here. So you can just come in here, and McKinley Irwin was recommended because they are listed in Superlawyers. They have a pair in the organizational honors, multiple Superlawyers, top 100, top 50, many 24, 25 honorees, ML fellows at the firm, and also other things as well. So it's giving you why it recommended all of these companies and all of those reasons here. Then you can just come in here and one by one try to get the same for your firm as well. And you don't have to do everything. Like all of these firms aren't doing everything. They're just doing the most of these things right. And if you just grab onto all of these things here, you will have really good odds of ranking your firm as well. And at the bottom here, it's giving us a action plan here as well, with 7 steps that something that they could do. And it's giving pretty clear things to do here. So if you have someone on your team that can go through this, we have our team members that go through this for our clients. So we would also need to do the same in order to be able to compete. And of course, the firm that does the most will usually win the race. So that's pretty much it. This was a pretty long explanation of just, if you want to rank in the ChatGPT, just go to ChatGPT, ask the questions that your target clients or your ideal clients would ask, and then just do the work to get recommended here as well. And also one final tip that I would give you is that instead of just asking for the best family law firm in Seattle, you could also reverse engineer some higher ticket keywords or searches. What are the best high net worth divorce lawyers in Seattle? So you could specifically tailor this question, because many people, if they are in a dialogue with ChatGPT, they write pretty long questions. People use long tail questions or keywords more in ChatGPT. So you can do the same. If you have a specific type of client that you're interested in getting more, as a family law firm, you would be probably more interested in high ticket divorces, high net worth individuals, and people do those kinds of searches. If you've seen my other videos, you've seen that the Google search volume for high net worth divorce law in different cities it has a significant amount of searches. So if it's happening on Google, it's probably happening on ChatGPT as well. So you can also reverse engineer those searches as well, or prenup lawyers and these kinds of keywords that are relevant to you. So I hope this gave you some ideas to reverse engineer your own rankings. And if you need our help, you have the information in the description below. So thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and before you go, if you are a family law firm and you want to get more high value cases, we're currently offering 30 days of free SEO execution, totally free. No contracts, no strings. We take the risk, not you. But because this is high risk to us, we need to analyze your website first to see if we believe SEO is worth doing in your specific location. So click the link below to get a free video audit of your site first and see if your city is still available.